$100 billion investment needed to address copper supply deficit. At this year's CRU World Copper Conference, Eric Heimlich said the international copper industry would need to invest more than $100 billion in mine construction to close an annual supply deficit of 4.7 million tons by 2030. Heimlich, who is responsible for base metal supply at CRU, said the supply gap is estimated at 6 million tons annually for the next few years as the electric vehicle and clean energy sectors increase production. However, the fact that exploration and completion of new projects is lagging raises the question of whether the supply gap can be closed in a timely and efficient manner. Goldman Sachs is extremely critical of the low global inventories and raised its 3, 6 and 12 months price targets. The experts see now a record high of over $11,000 per ton by the middle of the year and a steady price increase to $13,000 per ton within a year. Therefore, the following companies are working hard to explore and produce new copper deposits. In addition to the project improvements of the past months, Kutcho Copper also achieved a next milestone financially, which has to do with an expanded partnership with Wheaton Precious Metals and no debt. This came through an amendment agreement. Wheaton Precious Metals converted Kutcho Copper's debt into an additional precious metal streaming interest and shares of the company, demonstrating that it believes in the merits of the project and its path to a production decision. As part of the execution of the amendment, Kutcho issued to Wheaton approximately 10.5 million common shares at a price of 0.98 Canadian dollars per common share for a total value of $7.5 million and settled and terminated the company's outstanding debt instruments and loan agreement. As a result, Wheaton Precious Metals now owns nearly 17.7 million common shares, representing approximately 15.4% of the company's issued and outstanding common shares. This change, combined with the positive November 2021 feasibility study for the high-grade Kutcho Copper Zinc project, positions Kutcho Copper to focus on its key priorities: advancing permitting, optimizing project economics, defining and exploring additional mineral resources, and evaluating various alternatives to finance mine development. On track to discover a new giant copper-silver deposit in Peru is Hannan Metals. The soil sampling reconnaissance program on the Belen Ridge has identified two large contiguous copper and gold soil anomalies extending along a 10-kilometer trend that remains open in several directions. Further sampling is underway to delineate the anomalies. Hannan will expand the current ground program on the ridge to cover the entire 10-kilometer trend. Additional results are expected shortly so that drilling permitting can begin shortly. A few days later, Hannan Metals announced the completion and submission of its environmental impact statement, the DIA, for its Tabalosas East Copper Gold project in Peru. The DIA is the key environmental certification required to allow low-impact mineral exploration programs, including drilling programs, to proceed in Peru. The area for DIA provides for 40 drill platforms and covers an area approximately 9 km long by 3 km wide at Tabalosas East. Final DIA and other approvals are expected in the second half of 2022 to allow drilling to commence. Despite severe environmental impacts and technical difficulties in 2021, copper producer Copper Mountain Mining still achieved its production guidance for the last year of 90 to 100 million pounds of copper, which was increased during the past year. Total production was 90.1 million pounds of copper, nearly 29,000 ounces gold and about 524,000 ounces silver. Gross profit for the full year was almost $321 million, over 200% higher than the year before. Net profit also increased substantially. It was over $148 million in 2021 compared to $50.3 million the year before. The company had cash and cash equivalents of $178.4 million at the end of the year. Subsequent to year-end, zero-cost collar options were purchased for 3.3 million pounds of copper per month through 2022, with a minimum price of $4 per pound and an average maximum price of $4.91 per pound of copper. Looking forward, Copper Mountain expects production to increase to between 90 and 105 million pounds copper in 2023, with 80 to 90 million pounds copper forecast for 2022. Contributing to the improvement will be the third ball mill, which was commissioned in the fourth quarter 2021. This will improve the plant's milling capacity from 40,000 to 45,000 tons per day. Other project improvements will also be completed this year. Exploration success also continues, with the company extending mineralization at New Ingerbelle to depths and to the west, and expanding 3 large mineralized zones at Cameron Copper. Despite all adversities and one-off effects, a very good set of figures that has room for improvements through various improvements and investments. The demand for copper is unbroken, and our presented companies will benefit from this. I'm Jochen Staiger, Swiss Resource Capital AG, in partnership with Dukascopy-TV, and I'm a shareholder of the companies. Thanks for watching us, and bye-bye from Geneva.